Hi there and welcome to the Criticalbench compound. This is Coach Chris Wilson. Standing beside me, the amazing, the one and only Michelle DiCapua, who is treating us today with her presence. We always love having our special guests here at the compound. And today we want to represent some of the best of what Neuro-Balance Therapy has to offer. It's a program that I created to help people prevent those falls, those trips, those slips that can lead to really some undesirable effects later in life. As we know, when we get older, we start to move a little bit less. And so balance becomes really, really vital. Super, super duper important that we move on a regular basis, that we move on a daily basis to maintain the strength in our legs, to maintain that brain balance connection, right? And so what I've done is taken a few of those exercises from the Neuro-Balance Therapy program, and I wanted to break them down a little bit for you today because the program is built on a base of movements. So you have a level 1, level 2, and level 3 of exercises, and so they're progressions in terms of making a exercise like a more beginner, more intermediate, and more advanced. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have a 3-way leg raise and I have a seesaw exercise. Both are really good, and Michelle is going to show you exactly how to do these exercises, to do them well, and what the progression looks like in the program. So the first thing with the 3-way leg raise is, I'm going to actually just back this out of the way just a little bit so you can see better. So she's going to start with her right leg moving out to the front, back to center, out to the side, back to center, and then behind her. Good. Seems very basic, I know, but the basic stuff is really what our body needs, especially if we're finding that we're not moving as much or we're not feeling stable and sure on our feet like we once did. So Michelle, obviously, she's in phenomenal shape. She exercises regularly. She's very strong. But as all of us age, we find that little things like standing and holding positions, especially on one leg, can start to become really challenging. Balance is not necessarily an easy thing. And if you don't use it, you do lose it when it comes to balance. So something as simple as this, which is like level 1 3-way leg raise, is where you would begin in the program. Now, the level 2 version is where she's going to go ahead and now tap her foot out in front of her, and then without returning to home base, she's going to then tap to the side and then tap to the rear. And then the foot can come back to center. So again, we go kind of like a half moon shape before we come back, okay? Boom, boom, back, and there. So that would be the level 2 version where you're, kind of going through all 3 points before returning to home base. Now, the third version is where you don't stop moving. So you go out in front, and then hovering above the ground, you just slowly bring it all the way through and then back to center and then repeat. Now notice with all 3 of these, like that one would probably be the hardest in terms of balance, right? Because you're never touching down. Now that's why we have the chair. Because for some of you that are watching this say, ooh, my balance really isn't that good. I feel like I might need to hold on to something doing that exercise. That's why we have the chair here. So just show what it looks like with that exercise, holding the chair, good. Maybe even go back to the first or the second version where you touch, good. And so then the chair just helps you brace yourself. You could use a chair, you can use a wall, you could use a door frame area, anything that's sturdy, that won't shift or move, and that keeps you upright. The whole idea is that you're maintaining good posture and you're standing nice and tall and vertical while you go through these exercises. Obviously, in the program, whatever you do on one foot, you're also going to do on another. We won't necessarily do that in this video, but I think you have the idea in terms of what that exercise looks like broken down into parts, level 1, level 2, level 3. Now, I'm going to back the chair completely out of the way, and Michelle's going to do a seesaw move. So the seesaw is really fun because your feet for the first two levels, don't move at all. They just stay in their position. But what she's going to do is she's going to shift her center of gravity from one side to the other nice and slowly. So she's just nice, rhythmic, like a metronome, just moving very easily from one side to the other, getting good knee bend. So she's really loading that left side, shifting to center, and then loading the right side. And then it's just a nice, easy flow from one side to the other. So you're getting a good stretch in the leg that's straightening, and a good strengthening in the leg that is taking the load, right? Because you're shifting your weight from one side to the other. And that's where a lot of people can struggle with balance too, is not necessarily having a foot off the ground, but just shifting their weight from one foot to the other foot. So now the second version of this is just a sped up tempo. So Seesaw, just a little bit faster tempo, right? So it's a nice, again, real rhythmic, looks really smooth, looks really nice. And if that's too fast for you, then certainly just tone it down a little bit, go slower. Or you can hold into the position a little bit longer if you want. But that looks really good. Now, the third version, the level 3 version or progression of this, is that when you get to the side, you're going to then just elevate just a little bit and hover the straight leg. So lift, good, and then just shift and lift. So it's just a shift and lift. Once your foot touches back down, your weight just carries over again to that grounding leg. Exactly right. So again, very similar to the first move. It's just that now Michelle is elevating a leg. It's much more dynamic. Good. But it's not an incredible amount of movement or motion, but you do feel that the legs are really so it's really firing the upper leg muscles as well as the lower leg muscles, and it's getting you comfortable with that weight transfer from one side to the other, which again, as we get older, as we move less, going up and down stairs, going on different types of terrain, something that's not perfectly flat, we have to remain good at shifting our weight and feeling confident on our feet. Because once we lose our confidence, then that starts to bleed into all areas of our life. We lose the confidence in our movement, and we start to sit more. And we start to not move as much throughout our day, even with minor tasks and things around the house. And this leads into nothing good. The less we move our bodies, the more all your muscle tissue breaks down, the weaker your bones get. Your mental state is usually not as good. And movement usually indicates that you're probably up and out of the house as well. So the more you can get up and get out, into nature, get some fresh air and sunshine. These are all good things that our bodies absolutely need, and that the Neuro-Balance Therapy program will provide for you. So here it is right here, the Neuro-Balance Therapy program. I put a lot of thought and a lot of heart into this program because I've worked with a lot of clients, hundreds and hundreds of them over the years, that out of all the things I did with them, they really appreciated my interest in their freedom and their independence, and to be able to maintain their lifestyle. People, as they get older, they want to remain active. They want to be able to still do the stuff that brings them joy, that gets them up and out of the sofa, And that's what this program can provide for you. It's a way to continue to move in your life and move safely, and to not fall. Because again, as we know, when we fall as we get older, those falls cannot just be bumps and bruises. They can be breaks and fractures, which ends up really limiting us in what we can do from that point on. And the statistics are not in your favor. So this program can be a lifesaver for people, and I really truly believe that. That's why I made it, and I know it can benefit you if balance and that brain balance connection, that brain to feet connection is something that you really care about, or that someone that in your life can benefit from. This program will do that for you. It'll get you back on your feet and moving with confidence. So check out that pinned comment down below for the Neuro-Balance Therapy program. I know it could do something to help you. And we appreciate, of course, a thumbs up for what we've been able to go over today, the breaking down of 2 of the exercises in the program. And please subscribe to the Criticalbench YouTube channel for more content. We have a lot more balance videos on this channel. Just type in Criticalbench and balance, and you'll find a whole bunch of great balance content. And leave us a comment or question. Let me know. I check those comments and questions all the time. Let me know how I can maybe help you. If you just have something quick that you're not sure about, then I can shoot you a quick answer and help you solve your problem. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again really soon.